Welcome to AlexGs Aquarium, everybody. Today I got another unboxing video I wanted to go through. I've really been working hard to get a lot of other stuff done with the tank, but I got some new supplies in. I wanted to do another unboxing video just to show you guys some of the other products that I'm bringing in for this build. So first one here, I'm gonna go ahead and open up. I got two pumps, which I hope they show it. Yep. I have some very specific uses for these J-Boat DTC 15,000s. I didn't want to get small pumps. There's three specific uses I really have for these. I know they are extremely powerful pumps. This is the biggest ones that J-Boat makes, at least the ones that I'm aware of. So they're both DC controlled pumps. I'll go ahead, I'll pull one out here out of the box. Pretty good sized pump here. We got some hose bar fittings, we're not going to use those. Our power cord, our controller, and the pump itself. So this is a pretty hefty sized DC pump, and I have three main uses for this. One of these pumps is going to be the return for my 150 gallon refuge. It'll also have a manifold off of it. If I decide to put some denitrification setup in there, perhaps even tap it into being the flow for a calcium reactor, or I'm also thinking of going to make a little spigot off of the tank as well. So if I need to fill a 5 gallon bucket up with some tank water quick, I could do that instead of dipping buckets into the tank. That's going to be the primary purpose of one of these pumps. Now the other is going to be dedicated for my protein skimmer. And if you haven't really heard about my protein skimmer before, it is a monster. It's a 60 gallon induction tank that's been flipped on end. The cone bottom's been chopped off and now has a skimmer cup on top. I made the shell of it out last summer. I haven't really done any more videos on it. Matter of fact, I've never done any specific videos just on that skimmer, but they are coming. The protein skimmer is gravity fed though, so it doesn't require a pump to feed water to it. However, it does require a pump to give it air injection, and that's exactly what I'm going to use this for. I'm going to take one of these pumps and I'm going to modify it up. I've got a couple of Venturi fittings, which if you saw my last unboxing, I had purchased a couple of Venturi fittings to do air intake with. So I'm going to toy around with those and kind of get an idea of what's going to really work best for me. I'll kind of just take it from there as far as how I'm going to do air injection into this and see what works, if the stock impeller is going to work, or maybe I'll have to make a custom needle wheel. We'll just have to see. And that's going to be the main purpose of these two pumps. A tertiary use of them, this is being an emergency only, is I have two of them. One, they'll serve a backup for each other if necessary. And two, if my main reflow hammerhead was to fail, I do have an emergency connection that I could put one of these onto. I know it's not going to be the same amount of power as a reflow hammerhead will, but it's still going to give me something instead of nothing at all. Keep an eye on this as I start getting some stuff together. I'm definitely going to be doing more with these. I'll do kind of a review video on it too, just to kind of share, you know, what I like about them, what I don't like about them. I'm interested to see. I know that a lot of people like the J-Boat pumps. Some people really don't like them. It'll be interesting to see. I couldn't pass up the price on them though. I found them online for a steal of a deal, and it was actually through a Walmart vendor of all places. They had them for $120 a piece, and for 15,000s I could not pass that up. We'll get them fired up. Hopefully they all work, everything, and I don't have any problems there, but that's coming up. The next box here, I hadn't even opened this up yet. So one of the things that I need to get going before this tank could be officially up and running is I need my reverse osmosis system up and running again. And it's actually sitting on the floor a few feet from me, and the pre-filter is a lovely shade of orange, the carbon cartridge is a lovely shade of yellow, and the DI cartridge is just a DI cartridge. But it has been sitting for about 3 years now with the same water in it. So I have to really clean that up outside, and I'm gonna probably have to bleach the whole thing. I've already read in a couple places that you can get some pretty nasty stuff growing in there that you don't want to come in contact with. I have to do that. But before I could do it, I wanted to get replacement parts for my RO system. And actually I've decided, after I did a little reading, I wanted to soup it up. So I got a bunch of stuff from AquaFX. That's exactly who I got it from. I have the Barracuda as the model I had. But one of the things I did find out, and I'm guessing this is it here, I tested my PSI on my water coming out of the tap, and it's only 40 PSI, which it's not going to work very well. I needed to purchase a booster pump. Got a check valve, a couple of elbows. I got the larger booster pump that they sell, which is rated up to a 300 gallons per hour RODI system. I'm not gonna be at that, even though I have such a large tank. But I did go ahead and I bought their full setup that has the booster flow with the switch on it to control it so it stays at 80 PSI. I just thought it'd be a lot easier to just kind of get the whole kit. It's got the fittings on it already. They're already pre-Tefloned up, it looks like. So should be everything I need to get this booster pump working. Also decided to get, I got a flush kit on here as well. I'm gonna have to see how this plays out because I might need a second one. I got a pound and a half of DI resin, which basically is enough just to refill the cartridge. I have a spare cartridge and pre-filter, but don't really trust the spare DI cartridge because it's been sitting for so long, and we'll give it a shot and see if it works. But the DI really has to have a moisture content to it. It can't just dry out, so it might not be good anymore. I also went ahead and got an auto shut off for the top off tanks. I have 200 gallon storage tanks, but I've never had anything in there to kind of stop the autofill, which in my last home caused a lot of small floods, even though it was in a basement, because I forgot to turn the RO system off. I have 100 gallon per day membrane, which will replace what I have in there now. I also went ahead and I purchased another 100 gallon per day membrane, but I got a piggyback unit on here too. I have a full potential with this system now, a 200 gallon per day system. Now I've been doing some reading, and I know BRCV just did a video on piggyback membranes and either running them kind of in parallel or using the wastewater of the first membrane to feed the second membrane. And I really haven't even put a TDS meter on my water yet. I've talked to my local fish store, he says it's pretty good, but I want to experiment around with it a bit. That's my unboxing for today. I got this stuff. There will be videos on the Jabo DTC 15,000 pumps. The other videos that I'll be working on, of course, with this RO system, I'll go through setting it up, and I'll also go through my RODI water storage system that I have that'll be used for top off, mixing salt water for water changes, and just to have RODI water on hand at all times so that if I need it, I can use it quite easily. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you liked the video, please give it a like. If you'd like to see more videos on my 1600 gallon system or unboxings like this, DIY videos, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And of course, you know, I kind of want to hear what you guys have to think. If you like the products that I got here in my unboxing, or if you have other questions or comments, I might bring them up in another Q&A video for the whole system. Thanks for watching, have a great day, and I'll see you on the next video.